Hello students, welcome to Brilliant Education Doha, Qatar. So in this video session, I wanted to teach you a small concept from sexual reproduction in flowering plant chapter. The small concept is microsporogenesis, very important. So today we are going to understand what exactly microsporogenesis and where it is takes place and what is the result of this microsporogenesis. Okay, microsporogenesis definition. What exactly meaning of this microsporogenesis definition? Formation of, I can write here, formation of microspores from microspore mother cell. Where exactly these microspore mother cells are present? Look at here. Let me take the anther structure. This is anther, right? So bilobe anther I'm taking. This is the bilobe anther. Students, we know bilobe anther contain 4 microsporangiums. In each lobe, how many microsporangiums are there? 4 microspores. So I'm taking this one is called what? Microsporangium. This is microsporangium. Fine. So inside the microsporangium, students, keep in your mind there are compactly arranging diploidal tissue is there. The compactly arranging diploidal tissue is called sporogenous tissue or archegonial tissue. So let me write here. This is here inside this one there are many compactly arranged diploidal tissue. This is called compactly arranged sporogenous tissue. So keep in your mind all of you, this sporogenous tissue is diploid. Many times question have been asked, this sporogenous tissue. This sporogenous tissue is diploid, not haploid. Remember. Okay, so these are compactly arranged, very closely arranged in a microsporangium. After this young anther matured, this sporogenous tissue, in the sporogenous tissue, a gap will form. That means the sporogenous tissues are showing little distance. So in the next one, I'm showing in this microsporangium. Actually, all the steps takes place in the one microsporangium only. For our understanding, I'm taking the next step here. So here, these are gap. Okay, the distance between the sporogenous tissue. And this one, this time, this microsporangium, now I am calling pollen sac. So each sporogenous tissue now behave like a microspore mother cell. Keep in your mind. Mother cell. Sir, microspore mother cells also diploid? Yes, microspore mother cells also diploid. So each sporogenous tissue now matured or turned into the microspore mother cell. Fine. Now, in microspore mother cell, meiosis division takes place. I told you in the beginning of the class, formation of microspore from microspore mother cell. Let me take one microspore mother cell aside. Okay. This is one microspore mother cell, diploidal in nature. Clear? This is one microspore mother cell. In this microspore mother cell, after meiosis division, microspore tetrad will form. So 4 haploidal cells will form. That 4 haploidal cells are together. So that is called the tetrad. So what is the tetrad here? Look at here. This is the normal common type of tetrad. This tetrad is known as 1, 2, 3. A backside is the 4th cell is there. Such type of tetrad is known as tetrahedral. tetrahedral, okay, tetrahedral, tetrad, keep in your mind. So after meiosis division in microspore mother cells, what has formed? Tetrad. That means how many cells are there? Haploidal cells? 4 cells are there. 1, 2, 3, and backside is 4th cell is there. There are 4 different type of tetrads can form in the angiosperms. What are the 4 different type of tetrad? This is a one type of tetrad, which is the most common type of tetrad, okay, that is a tetrahedral tetrad. Second type of tetrad is isobilateral tetrad. This is the isobilateral tetrad. 4 haploidal microspores has formed. This is called what? Isobilateral. Bilateral tetrad. Clear? Next, third type of tetrad can also form, that is a linear tetrad, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. So this is known as what? Tell me. This is linear tetrad. Okay. Last one is fourth type of tetrad is, this is F shape of tetrad. 2 cells are opposite, third cell, and this is the 4th cell. So this is called a F shape tetrad. I hope you are following me. This is F shape tetrad. So how many different type of tetrad, microspore tetrads can form in angiosperm? 4 different type of microspore tetrads can form. But which is the most common one? This is the most common one. Fine. Sir, look at here. In this one, these 4 microspores are joined by the callose. There will be a callose depositation here. Look at here. Callose depositation is here. Now, all of you look at here. Let me write, this is callose material or depositation is here. Fine. So, students, keep in your mind, if you able to recall the structure of anther, in the anther wall, 4 membranes are there. Epidermis, endothelium, middle layer, and tapetum. Do you remember, student, the functions of tapetum? It providing nourishment to the developing microspores, correct? And it is also producing the enzyme called callase. Callase enzyme act on this callose to separate this microspore. That means microspore tetrad, after dissolving this callose by callase enzyme, okay, callase enzyme, this tetrad will be separates to form 4 microspores outside. Okay, 4 microspores will form. So these all are called what? Tell me. Microspores. So who will produce this callase enzyme? Callase enzyme is secreted by tapetum layer. Tapetum is the last innermost membrane of anther wall. You get my point? So microspores has formed. So all microspore, tell me, let me ask a small question. In microspore mother cell, meiosis division takes place to form microspores. Now, one microspore mother cell which is diploid participate meiosis division to produce 4 haploidal microspores, and these 4 haploidal microspores are mature to form pollen grains. Pollen grains. So this pollen grains we also known as male gametophyte. Male gametophyte. I hope you get my point. This is male, they will become a male gametophyte. So the formation of microspores from microspore mother cell in microsporangium called microsporogenesis. Which division is takes place? Meiosis division is takes place. One more question. Each microspore mother cell will eventually give 4 haploidal microspores or 4 haploidal pollen grains. Keep in your mind. Sometimes they may ask question. In one microsporangium, there are 50 mmC microspore mother cells are there. So what is the total number of microspores from total dithecous anther? We are talking about the Dithecus anther. Let me take this question. So 50 mmC. So 50 mmC into 4. That means 1 microspore mother cell will give 4 microspores or 4 pollen grain. So that means it is equal to 200 pollen grains. 200 pollen grains in 1 microsporangium. In Dithecus anther, how many microsporangiums are there? Sir, in Dithecus anther, 4 microsporangiums are there. That means 200 into 4. So, the right answer is 800 pollen grains will form. Sometimes in the examination, they may ask how many pollen grains are required for the formation of 100 zygotes or 50 zygotes or 100 seeds. Now, we will discuss a small question. Okay, before we are going to end this class, this session, let me ask one small question. How many pollen grains are required for the formation of 100 seeds or 100 zygotes? So 100 zygotes or 100 seeds, nothing but 100 time fertilization. So for each fertilization, 1 pollen grain is required. So look at here. For 100 seed formation, we need 100 pollen grain. 100 pollen grain. The question, how many pollen mother cells or how many meiosis division required for the formation of 100 seeds? How many meiosis divisions or how many pollen mother cells are required for the formation of 100 seeds? Sir, 100 seeds, 100 pollen grain. For the formation of 100 pollen grain, 25 meiosis. Yes or no? 25 meiosis or 25 pollen mother cell is enough, sir. So I hope you understand the microsporogenesis. In the next video, I will explain you the complete structure of microspore or male gametophyte. In the next video, I will explain you this male gametophyte complete structure. Okay, student? Thank you.